was like we had a little bit of something, but he was definitely out over the skis selling some of the ideas, and that made me like really nervous. I was like, well, I haven't built this thing, and what about this, and
It's
how are
not
we going to
ready
engineer?
yet.
My little
I love
engineer,
it.
I had the gerbil in my
Hmm.
head just going, 100 miles an hour, and that made me uncomfortable. So there was always this tension, and I more felt it internally. And he was like, oh yeah, we'll figure it out. He was sort of more of the ideas guy, push in the ideas with customers, see if we could get interest. And then sometimes we'd get one on the hook, and he'd come back and say, all right, Steve, it's like, solution it, figure it out. And it frustrated me at the time,
Hmm.
because I would have approached it from a like, well, can't we sort of engineer this and plan this, and then we'll go to, and he was just very entrepreneurial and kind of pushed that
Very cool.
envelope. And as my career path sort of became more executive in leadership, um, I came to appreciate that quality, and I think in a lot of ways I took on a lot of that as my responsibility grew, and had much more of a business. In some cases had business development responsibilities and kind of growth responsibilities. And
Yeah.
you do have to push. This is sort of, I'm describing, Silicon Valley in the VC world, right, to a T.
Sure.
Like a lot of they literally are selling
Sure.
ideas.
Yeah.
Like now you can go vibe code something over a weekend, and you're like, here's an idea, and some of these guys will get $10 million for their idea to go do it. So um, that that definitely pushed me to. Um, I think ultimately it was. If you think about how volatile our market has become, the technology space, again, all of this disruption with AI, we live in this like increasing, there's so much uncertainty,
Sure. Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
being comfortable with not having all of the controls, I think, became a really important and useful skill
Yeah.
in today's
Yeah.
world.
That's a really neat story. And especially on those areas of risk taking, being comfortable with risk or uncertainty.